Hey you guys, and welcome back. It is good to be back. And today we're talking all about how I pack my travel bag, why I bring my gear when I travel recreationally, and just travel in general, traveling with your gear, my bag, all the things. It's obvious I haven't done this in a minute. Welcome back to the Video Factory, my friend. It is so good to see you, or, well, I guess be seen by you, which sounds weird. It's been a minute since my last video, which was all about how I got engaged last year. Well, that was actually the trip I just went on, was to go get married at the Grand Canyon, which was amazing and phenomenal. And I hate to say it, but I didn't really make a video about that because we hired a videographer to shoot the wedding and a photographer to shoot the wedding. That's really not what this video is about, but I just wanted to say that is, kind of the main reason why I've been really busy, why I haven't really made any videos, and why I got to travel again. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about my trip to Arizona where we got married and how I packed my bag and why I brought all of my gear just for a fun trip and not for something that was like, oh, I need to go shoot, so I'm gonna bring my gear. I just wanted to bring my gear. This is the bag in question. This is the Nomatic Peter McKinnon travel bag. Now, in case you don't remember, I did make an unboxing video with this bag mid-pandemic, actually, when we weren't traveling at all. So I just didn't get to do as much traveling with it as I thought I would when I initially got it. So for my trip to Arizona, I just thought, I'm gonna bring my travel bag, I'm gonna put my gear in it, and I'm just gonna play around. I didn't want to plan on making like a big involved vlog or video. And not to mention the fact that just getting to travel again, like why not just make a video about traveling for the sake of making it? Like it almost felt like this rare treat that I thought I would never get to experience again. I wanted to just make something. Okay, so with that said, here's the bag, the gear bag, the travel bag, the awesome just goodie bag of amazingness. To start right off, I love this bag. This is a great bag to travel with. So let's just start kind of in this quadrant up here. This is the kind of like upper where I put my iPad, which I carry the iPad Pro. I carry it with me just about everywhere. This is the older model and I still like it. I would love to upgrade to the newer M1 chip iPad, and I will one day. Then we have this little area which put my battery case up here, and that's where that all tends to live. So like I said, battery case, because I like complete packages and I will not be judged about that. And it's a really nice case. All of the accessories are really nice. They work really well with my gear. SD cards, which super important when you're traveling because you can never have too many SD cards, and it's lightweight. I mean, you can pack a bunch of SD cards here and it won't make a difference. That's where that goes. Zip that up. Here can be kind of my catch-all for a lot of different things. I can be a little chaotic when I'm traveling. I try not to be because I really like organization. I really like kind of knowing where things are gonna go. This is designated for me to be my catch-all area. So I have pens in here, I have a notebook, and just other little travel things that sometimes you kind of like last minute pack and you don't have anywhere else to put it. This is kind of that designated spot for that. Moving on over, this is the main area, the part that most people tend to care about when you're talking about what's in your gear bag, which this is not a what's in my gear bag video. I just want to make that very clear. I will make that another day. This is not even all of it. When I'm traveling, I'm trying to be more lightweight. This is what's in my gear bag diet. We'll kind of start in this sector. This is the Cube, which it also turns into a backpack, which I used a lot. one of my favorite things about bringing this bag and bringing this cube was just I could leave this bag in the car or at the hotel room and just take this with me and put the camera in there, take whatever accessories I really needed. I could throw a sweater in here, a water bottle, whatever. And this was all I brought with me on like hikes when we went to Sedona and things like that. Like I just didn't need to bring the whole gear bag. And I love that as far as like just having a travel ecosystem that lets me be as mobile as I want to be. In it is just kind of those random accessories that you bring with you because you know you're gonna need them, but you don't really know where to put them. So I mean, this is just a lens cap for the camera up here, but I brought my Moment lenses because I don't use them all the time, but I like to have them with me just in case. I brought my camera strap because if I didn't want to bring this, I just wanted to sling the camera over and walk around, I could do that, and I did that a lot. So that goes right here. Even when I was traveling, I could throw a sweater in here, and that was cool too. So this all doesn't just come because the gear comes. If the gear didn't come, I would still use this bag because you could throw so much stuff in it. So moving down here, this is just the accessory unit. Obviously the Polar Pro ND filters. These are really great for just you need ND filters. I think variable ND filters are the way to go. B, these have the Pro Mist on them, which I really enjoy. I tend to shoot in a lot of harsh light, so just having that kind of misty look to it kind of helps diffuse and just looks really nice and filmic, cinematic. Aperture, I bring this thing almost everywhere, and especially when I travel, because you never know when you're gonna want to film or photograph something and it's gonna be a little dark. I could just literally pull the light out of the bag and throw it in my bag and not need the whole case, but I do like to have the case because it carries a little diffuser and accessories. So a roll of gaff tape because I always need tape whenever I go anywhere, and not just because I'm a filmmaker, because I'm a human. Why am I defending myself so much? Jeez. Rode Video Micro. I like this microphone. It's a great little shotgun mic, very modular. If you take off the dead cat, it's actually like this really cool design that I really think is just cool by itself. Definitely comes with me when I travel. Goes right there. Well, let's go right to the thing that I think I haven't talked about since I got it, the R6. Now, I thought long and hard about this. I'll talk about this in my official what's in my gear bag video. Now, when I travel, I don't bring the battery grip. That is added weight and an additional thing that I don't need. The battery runs out, I have extra batteries. It's not a big deal. It's got the 35mm RF lens on here, which I really love this lens. I will talk about that on a different video. This kind of lived on here for the most part. I also brought the 16-35, which is another incredible lens, and that's the EF version, which I'm using for this top-down angle. So sometimes I just wanted something a little smaller, a little more compact when I was walking around with just the camera strap and the camera. The 16-35 was more for just when I had the bag, and if I went to the Grand Canyon where there's a lot of just scenic amazingness, I wanted to be at 16, I could capture everything, which I did a lot of. So 2 lenses, that's all I brought, and I don't regret it because I felt like I got some fun stuff and I got to capture and document my trip. So obviously, because I brought an EF lens, I did need the adapter EF to RF. Here, I just like to have a dongle for the iPad, which this is a USB-C plug-in. It gives me USB and SD cards, which I mostly, for the iPad, bring this just for the card reader. Do I like bringing this with me? Do I like putting it in my bag? No. All right, a lot of just in case, but this is just a little EDC pouch for a safety or emergencies, or just because I know that something's gonna come up, I'm gonna need it, like a flashlight, lighter, a Sharpie. Leatherman, which I hate carrying in my pocket, but I do carry a pocket knife. I just don't like to carry a Leatherman in my pocket. I've got rope, I've got extra batteries, I've got bandages, because sometimes when you're hiking, you mess up your leg. It happens. It comes in handy. I'm gonna tell you, I opened this up like a million times on my trip, so it's necessary. That is the kind of gear part of the bag. You got the kind of tripod or water bottle holder. Believe it or not, when I go through the airport with this is where I put my glasses case. The front part, this part, this. Beats. I just like to pull these out real quick and then zip it up and I'm done. So in this pouch, I tend to put my passport, or when I have to take off everything or put everything away when I'm going through security, rather than putting it in that nasty bin, I just throw it in here, because then I'm good. I know it's all gonna be there, and I don't have to spend all that time gathering all of my effects and putting it back on while other people are waiting to get their stuff. I just like to be ready. If you have ever traveled with me or know anyone who's traveled with me, you know I am terrible at traveling. I'm crazy. The clothing compartment, I tried to not pack this bag too much. My back has been a little sensitive lately, so I obviously brought a checked bag so I wouldn't need to pack this full of clothing. But I always like to put a sweater in here. When I am traveling, it's a sweater and it's a pair of pants or shorts. Whatever I'm not wearing on the flight. Something to know about me is I don't like to be uncomfortable. If I fly somewhere and the weather was one way here, but I get there, let's say for instance I'm in Sacramento, it's hot but okay, comfortable in pants, but then I go to Arizona where it's not comfortable at all, but would have been nice if I had shorts on. I had a pair of shorts in here just in case. Threw those on at the airport and be comfortable at least until I get to my hotel room. So I just like being prepared, and this bag really enables me with some of those things. Clorox wipes, cords, and just cause charging bricks. Oh God. I do like to have my own logo on my gear. Cause I do work with other creatives. I work with other videographers, photographers, and it's just really nice to have your stuff clearly labeled so that there's no mix-ups on set or at work or anything like that. So this goes back here. Kind of other stuff you can do with this bag. You can put stuff in here. I don't usually, but I do have an extra pack of masks in here because COVID, and I like to be prepared. So there's that. Zip that all up. And that's my travel bag. Like I said, I didn't go to Arizona to make a video. I went to get married. I went for leisure. I went for fun. I went for recreation. I got into filmmaking and photography because I love filmmaking and photography, and doing it as a job. Sometimes you don't get to be creative and you don't get to have fun with it. Sometimes I just bring a camera with me so I can have the opportunity to enjoy it again and remember why I picked up a camera in the first place. So bringing my gear with me is more of a just in case, but also because I know when there is an opportunity to take photos, I can do it and just have fun with it and not put these expectations on myself, because this is something that I've dealt with before in the past. I even made a video about it once before, about traveling and going somewhere and putting this expectation that I'm gonna make a dope video just because I'm going somewhere cool, and then you just get so caught up in that idea that all these other YouTubers, all these other social media influencers, they do that, so I should do that. But it's just kind of this like unrealistic expectation that you don't need to put on yourself every time you travel or every time you go out of the country or get on a plane. You don't need to have your camera out to capture that takeoff shot through the window. You don't need it. Is it cool? Is it awesome? Absolutely, but it's just not something you have to do just because you traveled and just because you want to be in this industry. Sometimes you can travel and just have fun, and that's something I'm trying to tell myself more of, and sometimes it's just about having fun with your friends. I love to shoot for fun, and I forgot what that's like, so this was really just about re-exploring shooting for fun. Why would I put work on my plate when I'm there to get married and I'm there to just enjoy my friends and family and enjoy the Grand Canyon, which if you've never been, this whole joke of people saying, oh, it's just a hole in the earth. Oh, you see it once, you don't need to see it. No, it is a spectacular, grand, amazing experience. And if you haven't been, you should go. And if you've been, you go again, because it is breathtaking. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know down in the comments below what you'd like to see me make next this year, because I have a lot of ideas, but I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, hit that like button, subscribe, watch some more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks guys. I'm gonna go. No crazy transitions. Sorry.